Test 1 2. Test test 1 2. Test.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times, I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow! It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the season debut of Duluth FC Blue-Green Soccer here in the MPSL North Conference. It is the season opener for the Blue-Greens here for the 2024 campaign. This is Matt Johnson, joined as always by the coach Joe Mooney here at the stadium formerly known as Public School Stadium. Now it's Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field here in Duluth, Minnesota. But regardless, the Blue-Greens back home here to begin another 2024 MPSL campaign. The Blue-Greens coming off of a season last year that saw a lot of club records actually broken. We'll talk more about that, of course, as the season moves along. Sean Morgan remains the head coach for Duluth FC. He's been very successful, to say the least. He led the Blue Greens to an 11-0-1 regular season record in the MPSL North in 2023. Of course, Duluth FC was ranked number one in the entire MPSL, actually, with that record all season. Took down the Minnesota Twin Stars in their first round playoff matchup before losing a controversial overtime decision to Med City in their final MPSL contest of last year. In fact, the Blue Greens, though, coming in this contest, have already played one game this season, Joe. It was back in March, but interesting one, U.S. Open Cup match against USL side forward Madison. Again, the Blue Greens counted themselves quite well, ended up losing it 2-0, but a good showing for the Blue Greens in that one.
Yeah, man, I think anybody kind of watching from the outside probably looked at that game and said, it was going to be kind of a rout for forward Madison, and I would say forward were in, can control the game. But Duluth had their share of chances, and obviously Madison in the end just showed a lot, that quality. They'd also been in training for a lot longer than Duluth had, and obviously a fully professional side. But I think really good first showing for Duluth. Obviously not all their guys were in either. So, but to get that out on paper and to be able to kind of have just that structure in place and to be able to come back to it now early on in the season is a real advantage for Duluth to have that early season type kind of run out.
6 Blue Greens are on the roster for the 2024 campaign actually took part in that contest, those being Tyler Limmer, Paul Bobai, Felipe Artiega, Jake Starling, Josh Bellamy, and Zeke Foltz all saw action in that game for the Blue Greens in that contest. Both goals, by the way, for Ford and Madison were scored by Christian Cheney. He scored the goals at 10 minutes and 52 minutes in that contest. So.
Man, he is a man. Christian Cheney is
Yeah,
an absolute beast.
Yeah,
and
he
showed his quality.
The first goal was really pretty on the first touch. That was a really nice goal. But anyway, that was the last time the Blue Greens saw the field. It's going to be a very different looking Blue Green team here tonight from that team. That team, by the way, like I said, only 6 of the rostered players for Duluth FC here for 2024 actually were in that contest. So it's going to be a different looking team. A lot of returners, though, 16 total returners back for Coach Sean Morgan this year. And there's the starting lineup for Duluth FC here tonight. One of the newcomers, Jamie Coble, starting goal. He's a player that had a heck of a senior season at Northland College this past year. He's transferring actually to the 2-time defending Division II national champions in Franklin Pierce next year. But boy, he's a nice addition to the club this year.
Yeah, and obviously already brings some MPSL experience into the club. I've had the pleasure of watching Jamie play for the last 4 years. Terrific goalkeeper. I was talking to Coach Sean Morgan a little bit before the game, and the only thing he lacks is a little bit of height. And honestly, Matt, I think that if he was a 6'2 goalkeeper, like the sky would be the limit for him. Maybe pun intended there, I guess. But honestly, Jamie's one of the best goalkeepers that I've had the pleasure of seeing him in person at the college level. No question that he's ready for a Division II step up here to do his grad school. But we'll get the pleasure of watching him play here over the course of the summer.
For those of you who have been following the MPSL for years, you also might recognize Jamie Colville's name. That's because he played keeper for Dakota Fusion for the last few years. So he makes the trek over the transfer, as they would say in football terms, from Dakota Fusion over to Duluth FC. So we're glad to see him back. The back four for Duluth FC. A little bit of a change there. Jake Starling, though, not a change at all. All-time appearances and minutes played leader. He's back again for a 5th campaign with Duluth FC this summer.
I'm so excited to see Jake Starling back. I really thought last year was going to be his last season with us, and to see him back on the roster is great. I've had a chance to catch up with him a little bit. I mean, he's fit. He's ready to roll. He came up for the Forward Madison game as well. I mean, that dude just loves soccer and lives for this club, I think. And so it's such a great thing to see that staple back here. And then the leadership he provides, Matt, to have that rollover captain is such a huge advantage for Coach Sean Morgan and staff.
It is absolutely. He'll be joined on the outside. One of the outside defenders, Miles Edmondson, who was a starter last year, he returns for Duluth FC. He'll play one of the backs. The other two, by the way, Nathan Porter coming into the club for the first time here in 2024. He'll play central back alongside Jake Starling, and on the outside is Axel Batal, a Danish import who's actually coming to Duluth FC, playing his first year. Made 16 starts for LSU Shreveport, which is an NAIA school after transferring from Division I to UMass Lowell, but he'll be starting on the right outside back. So an interesting look. 2 newcomers and 2 veterans back there for Duluth FC.
Yeah, Matt, and I've had a chance to watch them train a few times, and Axel is the real deal. He's a terrific right back, really stout defender. And then obviously, we should touch on Nathan Porter as well. He hasn't seen a lot of action recently. He had a lower leg injury during his college season. And so coming back from that, he looks strong though. I know he's a terrific defender, real strong tackler of the ball. I would expect to see him put a couple of tough challenges in throughout this game, and I think just kind of add a little spice to the Blue Greens lineup.
A couple of more also familiar faces in midfield tonight. Rory Doyle, who was a starter all of last year, he will get the start in what normally would be the position held by Andres Solares, who is not in town as of yet. He'll be back within the next week or so. So in that case, Rory Doyle will take over the holding midfielder role a little bit. And Felipe Oliveira, one of your players, will also be joining him in the midfield, a player who now is back for his 3rd season as a Blue Green, and he'll get the start in center midfield as well tonight.
Yeah, man, we'll start just talking about Rory a little bit. Traditionally a number 8, box-to-box midfielder. He covers so much ground. He's got such a motor on him. But he's being asked to step more into the number 6 role tonight, a CDM position, obviously without Andreas available for this game. So he'll have to be a little bit more disciplined, kind of stay in his pocket a little bit more. But he's got such a great distribution record. He'll be terrific in that spot again. And if you're going to ask him to be disciplined, you want a guy like Rory Doyle who gets the game, terrific mind for the game. And then obviously we'll touch on Felipe as well. He's a guy that I'm expecting big things from this summer. Has kind of bided his time, has gotten a few starts with Duluth, but I think this is really going to be his breakout summer.
He was an all-region and all-UMAC performer for your team, UW Superior, during the fall. You, of course, transferred in from Goshen, where he played the last couple of years, then came in this year to play for the Yellow Jackets and had an outstanding year, leading your team back to the NCAA tournament yet again.
He's finally home, Matt.
And then they'll be joined, by the way, in the midfield by Charlie Wood, another newcomer. He plays his college soccer actually at UNC Asheville, same school as Miles Edmondson. He's a college teammate of Edmondson's. He redshirted this last year, but he will step into on the midfield roles. And then up front, Tyler Limmer, the leading returning goal scorer last year, had 10 goals for Duluth FC. He'll play the target. He's number 9, of course, on the screen. He'll play the number 9 position on the field. He'll be joined on the wings by Edward Nyes, who is a newcomer, but really an exciting player, a young guy out of Belgium who he had a heck of a freshman year in college.
Yeah, and we'll touch on Tyler Limmer first. And Matt, there's one word to describe him. He's a dog. Like he's so terrific to watch. In that forward Madison game, he covered so much ground. In a position like that where really you're gonna keep 10 behind the ball and you're gonna really isolate that forward. You have to have a guy that's going to work, and he worked his socks off all game. It was so much fun to watch, and again, a really good preview of I think the quality that we'll see in the forward position this summer. And then you mentioned Edo, and he's been really fun to watch too. Just a lively player and in a lot of quality. Obviously, Duluth loses a guy like Coasty, who's been terrific for them the last couple of years, and provides some of that flair, some of that technical ability on the wing. And to get a guy like Edo in, who's I think really going to kind of match a lot of those qualities, is a really big piece for Coach Morgan's side.
And then playing on the right outside wing will be Liam Pritchard, who you see on your screens right there. Pritchard coming off of an all-conference season in the Lone Star Conference for Division II. Midwestern State had 6 goals, 6 assists on the season, and he made some big plays for Duluth FC last year. He's in his second season, so good to have him back as well. So that's your starting 11 for the Blue Greens in this contest. Like I said, some changes in the starting 11 because not all the guys are available as of right now, but still a good-looking squad here for Sean Morgan for the season opener.
Yeah, Matt, I don't think there's anything to say other than let's get this thing started, right?
There you see the subs, by the way, at the bottom. James Price will be backing up J.D. Colville in goal. Archie McDonald, another newcomer. Josh Bellamy, another one of your players, as is Freddie Watson. Felipe Santos, who, of course, had a big year last year, coming off an injury at during his college season, for Mercyhurst. But he is available tonight. Manny Morales, another return from last year, as is Zach Tiemeyer. So a combination of new guys and veterans for Duluth FC, and it should make for an interesting game here tonight against the Joy Athletics Club that has some good players as well. The Goats coming off of a season in which they went 4-8, missed the playoffs in the MPSL North a year ago, only finished with 12 points. They were 3 points behind Minnesota Twin Stars, who got the 4th and final playoff spot in the MPSL North. Of course, the Blue Greens had the number 1 seed, scored 39 goals last year and only gave up 6. That'll be a hard trick to duplicate for Coach Sean Morgan's club. And, of course, second place last year, Dakota Fusion, another team that we'll see later in the season. And then the Med City was the number 3 seed last year. So the Goats finished just outside of that. It should be interesting to see how they line up as well here for Duluth FC or against Duluth FC in this first game.
Yeah, man, there's not a lot to really know. That we haven't really had a chance to scout or really find out much about Joy. I would suspect it's going to be a lot the same side. There's a lot of the same characters from last year. And with that, as you look at the lineup, there are some guys that can punish you. And so it's going to be a lively game, I think, here from the start. And what more would you want in the opener?
Right, yeah, exactly. There you go. Look at the standings, by the way. There's only been 1 game played in the MPSL North. A couple of new clubs this year as well. So we'll talk more about that as the season moves along. Minnesota Twin Stars defeating the Minnesota Blizzard, who are a brand new club. Siouxland United, also another new team. We'll talk, like I said, more about them as the season moves on. But overall, that's the situation you're hitting into the season opener for both the Blue Greens of Duluth FC and the Goats of Joy Athletic Club. And with that being the case, we'll take a quick timeout and then come back for the introduction of the 2 teams, courtesy of our public address announcer, Patrick Sterner, the national anthem, and then the opening kick of the season opener between the Blue Greens and the Goats. That'll be coming up right after this. This is Duluth FC Blue Green Soccer, brought to you by the Blue Green Stream Team.
Blue Greens. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Walt Hunting Stadium at Marv Heikkinen Field. Tonight's NPSL North playoff match from St. Louis Park, Joy Athletic Club versus, hailing from the shores of Lake Superior, your Duluth FC Blue Greens. Let's introduce the teams for tonight's matchup. For Joy Athletic Club, number 1, Oscar Herrera. Number 2, Devin DeGrotto. Number 3, Victor Cano. Number 4, Nathan Kantorowicz. Number 6, Bennett Kwame. Number 7, Zinedine Croton. Number 8, Jesse Juarez. Number 10, Misango Akale. Number 13, David Rira. Number 17, Denelson Martinez. And number 22, Charles Reet. Starting lineup for the Blue Greens. Number 1, Jamie Colville. Number 3, the captain, Jake Starling. Number 4, Nathan Porter. Number 8, Rory Doyle. Number 9, Tyler Limmer. Number 10, Edward Neese. Number 14, Felipe Oliveira. Number 15, Miles Edmondson. Number 18, Axel Batal. Number 22, Liam Pritchard. And number 28, Charlie Wood. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, sung by Abriana Schmidt. Abriana is a high school senior from Carlton, Minnesota, and has been singing the national anthem in the Duluth area for 6 years. You can find her participating in productions at the Duluth Playhouse, Boat Club Productions, County Seat Theater, or dancing at 218 Dance Project. She has recently won the grand prize for Country Music Hall of Fame's Journey of a Song contest, and in June, she is heading to their songwriting camp in Nashville. Gabriana enjoys honoring our country and those who have served.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprang there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of all the players for the Duluth FC, we want to thank our premier athletic team sponsor, St. Luke's, which is now part of Aspire Health. St. Luke's, now part of Aspire Health, is proud to be the official sports medicine.
So the national anthem has been played. The two teams have been introduced by our public address announcer, Pat Sterner, and we're moments away from getting the season opener between Duluth FC and Joy Athletic underway here. Thank you for joining us for Blue Green Soccer here, brought to you by the Blue Green Stream Team. Duluth FC debuting their new kits for the 2024 campaign. They're changed up from last year with the Celtic look, kind of taking the page from Celtic FC over in Scotland. This year it's a little bit more of a dark jersey look, very sharp though. They'll be in the black jerseys going from left to right in this opening 45 minutes. Meanwhile, Joy in their familiar pink jerseys will be going from right to left here in this opening 45 minutes. Matt Johnson, Coach Joe Mooney here live from Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field, otherwise known as Public School Stadium to the locals here in Duluth. The stadium actually was renamed during the spring of last year, and we were kind of waiting to see how we were going to refer to the playing surface here, but we want to get it right, so Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field, it will be from here on out. We should also remind you that St. Luke's, now part of Aspire Health, is proud to sponsor Duluth FC when it comes to injury prevention, treatment, and recovery. Their great orthopedics and sports medicine team has you covered. Learn more at slhduluth.com/ortho. Also, Cirrus is the recognized global leader in personal aviation, is expanding in Duluth, voted as Duluth's best large employer. Cirrus offers on-site training, competitive paid time off, 401k match, and career growth opportunities. Visit cirrusaircraft.com to apply today. So the Blue Greens and the Goats going through their final paces here before we get things underway. Temperatures not exactly ideal for soccer at this time of year, Coach. Temperatures might have gotten into the 40s today, I think, but there's a brisk wind down on the playing surface. We'll see how that affects things. There's also rain in the forecast, although we have been spared from that, at least so far here tonight. Let's cross our fingers and hope that continues. But all in all, not too bad for a season opener, although it's the first time the Blue Greens have been home for the season opener in a while, so this is kind of new territory for you and me. We haven't usually had to do the season opener, but here we are now, and Duluth FC actually plays 3 quick home games to begin the season, so it's a little bit of a different schedule this year for the Blue Greens than we've seen in the past. There's also some Minnesota Super Cup matches in there. We'll talk more about that, and of course the new additions to the MPSL North as the season moves along as well, that being Siouxland United and also the Minnesota Blizzard, who have joined the conference as well. So, like I said, we are just awaiting the start here of this one.
Matt, one of the players I'm just going to highlight right away here for Joy AC is the goalkeeper, Oscar Herrera. Terrific goalkeeper, played his college soccer at Augsburg College down in Minneapolis. Originally from the Madison area, and I would say he is a difference maker. And really, you know, is one of those players that could be a guy that can make a difference in a game.
Off the opening kick taken by Zinedine Croton. We're underway here officially. Again, thank you for joining us. First of 6 MPSL home games for Duluth FC. There's a couple more in there as well that could end up being home games. Like I said, there'll be a Super Cup match in there as well against Force FC that Duluth FC will be playing later in the summer. But for now, the Blue Greens and the Goats going at it for the first time here. These two teams will meet twice this season, as is the custom in the MPSL. And Duluth FC moving it into the back. It'll be interesting to see how the pairings work out in the back. Here's Rory Doyle, returning from last year. Jake Starling now taking the pass on the right hand, or the right foot, excuse me. Here is Rory Doyle now advancing toward the midline. Occupying that space normally reserved for Andre Solaris, who, again, like I said, has not arrived in town yet. And now here's Charlie Wood for Duluth FC, sending it wide on the right. Axel Batal now coming in. Here's Liam Pritchard crossing it across the face of goal. And I think they're going to say it went over the end line, so it'll be a goal kick here coming up for Oscar Herrera. Like you said, plays his college soccer at Augsburg University down in the Twin Cities. That's Herrera. And former Blue-Green Jesse Juarez on the right side, by the way, playing an outside back position.
Matt, I know Herrera was actually in with Minnesota United for a little bit of training with their second squad over the spring season.
Here's Batal for Duluth FC. Jake Starling. Now here's Rory Doyle. Doyle, who last year played a lot of attacking midfield for Duluth FC, tonight playing the holding midfield role, as I mentioned. And this one that was headed wide. Here's Batal now waiting for it to come down. Will go out of play, and it's going to be a throw here coming up for the Goats. We'll take it near side. Devin DeGrotto will take the throw here as he tries to trigger in Zinedine Croton, and now Jake Starling intercepts. He'll go back for Jamie Colville, getting his first touch as a Duluth FC player. Happy to see him in the blue-green jersey this year, and now this one will be knocked out of play far side. And we'll have a throw. That was Noah Kantorowicz for the Goats that tackled it out of play. So it'll be a throw here for Duluth FC far side. Miles Edmondson will take it. Edmondson had a very, very good season last year for the Blue-Greens, playing that left outside back position. And now that one will go out of play. We'll have a throw now coming up for the Goats. We'll see how the two teams, how cautious they are at the start here. Season opener for both teams. Here's Tyler Limmer for the Blue-Greens. 10 goals last year for Limmer to lead Duluth FC. Now here's Wood. Charlie Wood now sending it wide. Here's Liam Pritchard. Pritchard on the right foot. Crossing in back post, and that one headed out of danger area at the 6-yard box by the Goats. Near side now will be a throw coming up here for Jake Starling. And now he'll give way for Axel Batal, the Danish import.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get Jake Starling on a few throw-ins as they get deeper into their final third, Matt. Obviously, Jake's got a big throw and can be dangerous on set pieces.
And Edward Nye is getting his first touch. We'll keep an eye on him. First team All-American for his junior college last year was Nyes. Being named a Region 11 Player of the Year. 17 goals and 22 assists in his freshman campaign. And those are numbers that will get any coach's attention. As now the Goats trying to back, or build from the back, excuse me. Here's Croton now. First time touch to the outside. That one will go out. We'll have a throw here coming up for Duluth FC. It will be taken by Miles Edmondson. I venture a guess here. Started all 18 games for UNC Asheville this year, did Edmondson. Now ball to the outside as Nice takes a heavy tumble there. And we're going to have a throw, or is it going to be a foul? It's just going to be a throw here for the Blue-Greens. And Edmondson will take it. Edmondson now left-footed cross comes into the middle, and there's a shot attempt by Wood, and he leaves it high over the bar. That was the first really good look as Charlie Wood, a college teammate of Miles Edmondson, came crashing through the middle there, the red shirt. And he put that ball over the top of the bar. That's the first really good scoring opportunity of the game. It comes in the 5th minute.
Yeah, man, I know Charlie Wood is a guy that the coaching staff is really excited about. Obviously, we've already seen his quality in the first couple of sequences of the game. really smooth, and you saw like right from the start of the game, he picked up that ball in the midfield, and just the way he drove to the midfield, just a real silky touch, and can play at full speed.
Ball remains in Joy Athletic territory. Here's Felipe Oliveira on the outside now. Edmondson taking it in on the edge of the 18. Crosses inside. Here's the header attempt, and that one just wide off the head of Tyler Limmer. Scored 10 goals last year for the Blue Greens. He just misses the back post there, and we'll have a goal kick coming up here for Herrera. Duluth FC in the first 5 minutes or so, tilting the field just a little bit here, Coach.
Yeah, Edmondson on both those crosses, he's looked lively already here in the first 5 minutes, picking up right where he left off from last season. Obviously, he plays the left back position, but he's a very forward-thinking player, and I know that's exactly what the coaching staff at Duluth FC wants to see, is those fullbacks in on the overlaps.
And off the goal kick, it'll be headed wide now, deflects out from David Riera for Joy Athletics. So a throw coming up here will be taken by Miles Edmondson for the Blue Greens. And now Rory Doyle. And now this one also tackled out. The Goats gave up 40 goals a year ago, so more than 3 a game. And the Blue Greens led the MPSL North in scoring last year. Had 39 goals, just 6 goals given up for Duluth FC last year, which was a club record. Duluth FC, a very possession-based team, very skilled team, as we've talked about, Joe, in the past. There's a ball now to the far side, looking for Edmondson. That will be tackled out off the foot of Victor Cano, and it will be a throw here coming up, taken by Edmondson quickly. On the far side now, here's Edward Nyes for Duluth FC, and now it'll be tackled out. And we'll have our first corner kick of the season, far corner. It comes in the 7th minute. We bring everybody forward. Nathan Porter coming up. Doyle also joining the party, as is Jake Starling. Starling preferred target in the past off corner kicks for Duluth FC. We'll see if they try that here. As off of the corner kick. And now the referee is going to... We already have some pushing and shoving going on there. Rory Doyle getting into it.
Matt, it'll be interesting to see how well Duluth does here on their set pieces right from the start. I mean, obviously the club has only been in, the squad's only been in for about a week and a half, so you know, set pieces are kind of one of the last things you start to work on as you're trying to get your shape down. So
here's Nice's cross coming in, and that one knocked out play. I think Duluth FC is going to get another corner here. Herrera came for it, and
love that near post service there, Matt. It's really, you kind of freeze the goalkeeper. You put your front post man in a position to see, try to go out to get it. It's a dangerous ball, and you see some of the times that the ball will just kind of slip into a real dangerous spot on that near post. So interesting to see if he puts it in the same spot.
Eyes will take it one more time here for Duluth FC. Crosses the ball in low, flicked on by Limmer, and it'll be grabbed by Herrera on his goal line. And he'll hold on to it here. So Duluth FC with a couple of good looks here in the early going, Coach. Nothing in the back of the net as of yet.
Saw a great battle there with Tyler Limmer, and I think that was Victor Cano.
On the outside now, this is Devin McGrotto going back. Now here's Jesse Juarez checking toward the ball, and that will be knocked away. And we'll have a foul call here on Rory Doyle. Interesting to see Jesse Juarez back out there. Of course, he played for the Blue Greens 3 years ago. And
he's been active tonight so far, Matt.
Yeah, they got him.
We're only about 8 minutes in, but he's got a lot of touches on the ball. He's been active defensively. Here he is again, just checking back into that pocket.
Former Augsburg University player as well.
Augsburg, St. Scholastica, now at Hamlin. A little bit of a Minnesota tour for Jesse. And he's been good at all those spots, Matt.
Yeah, he has. He
was terrific for Duluth when he was here, and a really nice young man.
Felipe Oliveira now, a little high press from the Goats as Jamie Colville. Very good with his feet is Colville. Angling ball forward, headed up in the air by Kantorowicz toward the far side, and it will be a throw coming up here for the Blue Greens. Miles Edmondson will take it as we are in the 10th minute of this opening 45 minutes.
Matt, you mentioned Jamie Colville and how good he is with his feet, and you nailed it. I mean, he's a great distributor of the ball. He really plays as that 11th field player. And the other thing that he adds value with is just how well he directs. He's such a student of the game, and he's such a kind of a general back there. It's a great advantage for Duluth to have something like that that's going to direct, especially in the early games like this when you're still trying to get that shape sorted out. Jamie will provide that.
And And this one now will be headed near side and out of play. We'll have a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens. Near side, Axel Batal will take it, newcomer. On the right side, getting the start here tonight. As the throw comes in for Charlie Wood, and that one will be tackled out. And there'll be a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens.
From this team will be in the stands selling 50-50 tickets. The cost is $5.
Throw comes in now, and the Goat's able to clear it back toward midfield.
The winners will be announced within 10 minutes remaining of the game. The team
There's Nathan Porter for the Blue Greens on the left foot to the outside. Now here's Miles Edmondson. Edmondson stutter step. Trying to give it off now for Edward Nyes, who had the ball taken off of his foot. And now the Goats trying to break back the other direction. And this one will go out of play. It'll be a Duluth FC throw here. One of the things Duluth has done well in the past, Coach Mooney, it looks like so far here in the opening 10 minutes or so, is the high press, able to put pressure on the opposing teams upon turning the ball over and then coming back to the direction, usually in transition. And we'll have a throw now coming up for the Goats as they will take a throw right in front of the blue-green bench on the far side of the field from our broadcast location here in Duluth. As the throw comes in, this one will be headed back and coming out now. And that one will go over the line as Jamie Colville, a little maybe over-aggressive coming out. Masango Akali had a look at it, couldn't keep the ball in on the end line, but that could have been dangerous for the Goats.
Yeah, man, and that's kind of Colville's style. He's going to be aggressive off his line. He's a really quick player, and so it's kind of one of those things you live by it, die by it. He's always going to try to take the angle, come off his line quickly, and really try to force the opponent into a position where they don't want to be. You saw there, like even though he missed the ball, it took the forward wide enough where he couldn't get onto the ball. So, you know, in the end, it's a nervy moment, but it's a job well done.
Here's Rory Doyle now for the Blue Greens. Jake Starling. Doyle again now curling the ball near side. Axel Batal keeping the ball in play, finds Felipe Oliveira. And the Brazilian now gives it off Liam Pritchard. Pritchard now into the 18. Got stood up now, Oliveira. They'll go back. Doyle will line it up, gets a shot on, and that one will be scooped off the turf by Oscar Herrera, and he'll hold on to it here.
Matt, you saw how automatic that was. A little bit of play between the center backs, and then finding Rory Doyle, who had kind of slipped into that pocket. One touch, had turned, fired a diagonal ball in to free up Duluth.
Now here's a turnover. Here's Wood on the right foot, getting a shot away and toward the goal, but Kintorowicz there to keep it away from the goal line. That could have been dangerous as a quick turnover there from Joy Athletic, and now here coming back to their direction, here's a Collie. Nice tackle though in the open field there. Off the foot now of Doyle, who dispossessed a Collie, and now we're gonna have a ball out of play. Liam Pritchard will have a throw no near side.
Matt, that's the second time Liam's got kind of confused out there. He was actually lined up a couple yards outside the touch line there, and that's the second time that he's been wide of the touch line. The first one he was able just to keep the ball in play, but that one I think was a good 2 yards out, and I think he just got to kind of get sorted out. Which line is which out there?
Yeah. Well, there are many lines on this field. Football lines, soccer lines, lacrosse lines as well. And like I said, sometimes you have to get that a little bit sorted out, especially since the football line and the soccer line are actually the same color for the most part.
Matt, Axel lost a shin guard there, and I think that's what it was, a shin guard. It was either that or a breath mint. I mean, it was not big at all. Like that's
yeah,
I never liked big shin guards playing. I tried to find the smallest ones I could, but that's got to be a youth extra small. Or
yeah, that one was pretty small. I was wondering if you were going to pick that up, Coach. That he lost a shin guard there, but no harm, no foul. It's back on his shin where it belongs. And now here's the Duluth FC creating a turnover, and they're going to call a foul on Rory Doyle, who did not like the call, to say the least.
No, and that's one where it's it's physical play, and it's one of those that probably goes either way. I mean, both players are entitled to that space. In the end, it's probably the right call, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes that tackle 2-3 more times, if he actually nips one or two of them without getting called.
Now off the free kick into the 18, where Colville will range to his right, scoop it off the turf for Jake Starling, and we'll square the ball now to the far side.
But Matt, did you see how quickly Rory closed that space down?
Nathan Porter. And now we're going to fall called on Croton as he came in and got a healthy piece of Rory Doyle on that play.
Yeah, and he's going to get a verbal warning here, and I think if that's any later in the game, it's probably a yellow card.
Yeah, he's having, like you said, a little talking to here. And it'll be a free kick here now for Duluth FC. Colville, like I said, good on free kicks. Saw that a lot when he played for Northland College the last few years, and also for Dakota Fusion.
I think he's got an assist or two.
He could. I actually didn't look at the stats that closely.
In fact, I think he got an assist last year.
Okay.
I don't even want to say which game it was because I'll probably butcher, but
wouldn't be surprising. I mean, you and I have had the benefit of watching him.
It was a non-conference game, and I'll just leave it at that. But it was. I'm sure he had at least one assist last year.
There's a ball now up the far side. Here's Miles Edmondson now stepping inside, leaving it short. Now here's Edward Nyes, the Belgian, on the right foot. Left foot now. Here's Limmer getting a shot away. That one's saved by Herrera. And it'll draw a corner kick now near side flag with FC.
Oh, Limmer had that one teed up, Matt.
He's testing Herrera early here.
I told you, Oscar's a baller. Matt, he single-handedly beat us in a game about 2 years ago down in Augsburg. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was between him and Nick Sukowski who hit two unreal set-piece goals against us. But Oscar had, I think, 3 or 4 massive saves in that game.
It's Edmondson that'll take it here for Duluth FC with that left foot in swinger coming up. And here it is, back post, rising up and getting ahead to it with Starling, but flicked it just a little bit wide of the post.
Starling still got those hops, huh?
Yeah, Jake in his 5th season as a blue-green.
You know, I saw him hooping the other day at UWS. He was in after a workout, and he was shooting. And apparently, I think he's when his blue-green career is done, I think he fancies himself an NBA late starter.
A late starter in the NBA. It'll be Duluth FC throwing on the far side, headed off of his former blue-green teammate Jesse Juarez. And we'll have a throw now, far side. Starling, of course, the kind of the face of the club for the last few years. Here's Croton now on the left foot, playing it over the top, and Colville coming off of his line, took out his own teammate, but was able to grab the ball as a result as he undercut Batal, but is able to keep that away from McCauley, and it remains a scoreless contest. That could have been dangerous.
Well, Matt, that highlights again, so you see how quick Jamie Colville got off his line there. So the last 2 plays that you've seen Colville on, you see, kind of like I said, live by it, die by it. The last one was a nervy moment. This one, if he doesn't come off his line there, the forward's in on goal. Zini's in on goal.
Long ball over the top now. Here's Pritchard. Liam Pritchard on the outside against Devin DeGrotto. Going to take it toward the end line. It's cut off. And he's got help with him. Pritchard now will go back in the middle now. Here's Rory Doyle.
Matt, back to Colville there. You know, they say the best goalkeepers make the save before the shot comes. And there's an example of just, he's so springy off his line. He made the save before Joy was even able to get a shot off.
Now here's Edmondson, and he'll try to cross one into the 18. And Torwood's got a foot to it. Now Nyes, top of the 18, taking off his foot, and now here's a collie. And we're going to have a foul called here on Duluth FC's Edward Nyes.
Matt, you mentioned the press earlier in the game, and obviously you mentioned that it's a big staple of what Duluth FC does. The press is hard to work. Like you have to have a couple weeks to work on that, and really get it down in terms of getting the chemistry down and recognizing the cues for it. But the counter press is something that they're also known for, and that's what you've seen, right? Where you turn the ball over and it's all out sort of blitz right when the turnover happens to win the ball back. And there was a good example. Immediate closing down on the ball. Got a little bit too zealous, I guess, with it, but that counter press will be on throughout the game.
Over by the Blue Greens. Now here's a collie in the middle. Step over moves there, top of the 18, and now Doyle for Duluth FC weaving his way through traffic. Nicely done by Rory Doyle. Now here's a heel flick from Nyes to the outside looking for Oliveira, and a nice tackle on that far side by the Goats player on that far wing. And David Riera, and now Duluth FC with Edmondson. Oliveira's going to try to switch the field now. Under hits it just a bit. It will be headed up by DeGrotto, and we'll have a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens.
You mentioned Devin DeGrotto a number of times here tonight, Matt, and he's a well-known name around Minnesota. Played down in Prior Lake and then off to St. Thomas from there, and then eventually wound up at Western Illinois for college, where he finally settled down. But terrific player in high school and youth, and then obviously onto a really good college career as well.
There's Pritchard now getting a shot away, and that one will go wide. of Herrera's far post. Goal kick here coming up. Duluth FC has had the better of the scoring chances here so far, Coach. Nothing in the back of the net as of yet. And a goal kick here coming up. He'll play it short. Noah Kantorowicz, who is a longtime veteran of this Joy Athletic Club. There's the Grotto now on the right foot.
Yeah, you mentioned Noah, obviously at St. Cloud State Husky. Terrific career there.
There's a Collie now. Switch it to the far side of the field. Now Victor Cano. Croton now coming back. Now they pop it into the air, going far side on the wing, and that one will carry out. It will be a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens. Your impressions of the first 20 minutes and change here, Coach?
Yeah, man, I think a lot of what we kind of expected. We were wondering if there's probably a foul there, I would think.
Yeah, Nathan Porter hitting the deck over there. Will be a free kick here coming up for Duluth FC.
Yeah, that's the second time that Croton's got a bit overzealous at challenging the back line. Obviously, the first time was Rory Doyle in the 6, and kind of stepped into the back line, and now kind of a late challenge there on Nathan Porter. I would suspect his number of chances to kind of make some of those late challenges are probably dwindling. I would think the official's probably going to clamp down at some point.
Here's Jake Starling now for the Blue Greens.
That said, Matt, like if you're coaching a forward like that, you love to see just an all-out effort and the amount of ground that he's covered so far. So if I'm the coaching staff, for Joy, I'm going to say don't change a thing. Like keep going,
Keep
right?
going.
Like make the center backs uncomfortable.
Here's Nyes now for the Blue Greens trying to step through. Duluth FC doing a lot of building from the back here so far for the first 20-plus minutes. Here's Oliveira. Felipe Oliveira for the Blue Greens. Nyes now on the outside. Continues it on to the outside. Miles Edmondson on his left foot. The measure over there by Victor Cano for the Goats. Deflected away, and now Joy going to try to build from the back as well.
Matt, you can see some of the build-up play is still a bit clunky for Duluth, and again, to be expected. They still don't have their full squad in.
Yeah.
I don't even think they were able to go 11 until earlier this week in training, right? So that's to be expected, but what you're seeing is at times that, that outlet pass is just, a little bit outside the pocket where you thought it might be, and it's forcing guys to try to dribble out of pressure a little bit. I would think as the game goes on, you're probably going to see that start to tighten up a little bit. Guys will start to recognize their spacing, the timing of their runs, the angles that they're trying to find different pockets. So, again, it's to be expected, but I'm sure Sean Morgan and the staff over there are curiously waiting for that to all sort of iron out here.
Right, yeah. There's Croton now on the outside. He'll play in the middle now for DeGrotto. He'll lay it back. Here's Jesse Juarez squaring it. Bennett Kwame.
Love DeGrotto's run there.
Tyler Limmer coming all the way back from his number 9 spot on the field. Number 9 in black as well as the jersey number. Perfect jersey number for what he does on the field as well, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. He is your true number 9 type player.
Here's Porter now.
And like we talked about, Matt, he is a workhorse.
Well, and halfway through this opening 45 minutes, again, thank you for joining us here on this chilly, as it turns out, mid-May Wednesday evening here in Duluth. Scoreless between Duluth FC and Joy Athletic. Now, fast forward. Richard, I thought he was going to make a move before he actually collected the ball. Now here's Limmer. Tyler Limmer coming in, gets a shot away, and the save's going to be made. Rebound is there, and he scores!
Matt, who else?
Tyler Limmer had 10 last year. He gets his first here in the 25th minute, and Duluth FC will take a 1-0 lead on Tyler Limmer's first of the 2024 campaign.
Matt, we talked about, Oscar Herrera made a great save there on the first one. Obviously, when you make a foot save like that, you give up a little bit of the ability to kind of control where that parry goes, but Limmer just very opportunistic there. Terrific. To get in on goal there, terrific, but then obviously to follow up and get your own rebound, put that back on frame. Well done.
Yeah, and it was a really nice job also by Liam Pritchard. I was just about to say who, misjudged his touch on the initial pass up the field and then stuck with it, was able to strip the ball away from the Joy defender on that side and feed Limmer on the way in. And Herrera, like I said, props to him for making the first save because that was a kick save, was what we call that in in hockey terms. But following up was Limmer, and he just poked it in the back of the net. Limmer, the all-time leading scorer for his college team, Northwestern College down in Iowa. And we see why. Again, 10 goals last year, his 11th as a Blue-Green, his first of the 2024 campaign, and Tyler Limmer has given Duluth FC a 1-0 lead.
Matt, I'm glad you mentioned Liam Pritchard's play on that too. Did a really good job. Just as we were talking about some of the timing not necessarily being there in the build-up play, in the forward play there you saw it, right? So Pritchard had a, maybe an unhealthy first touch, but got to it, pulled the defender out, and as he did, really sorted out the angle and the timing and weight of his pass into Limmer's path there. And then Tyler Limmer did the rest.
Now Axel Batal coming forward for Duluth FC. He'll go to the right side. Now Pritchard and trigger through for Batal, who continued his run. Here's Bennett Kwame now off the turnover for Joy Athletic.
Matt, this has been a staple of Duluth FC too. You see how lively they came out of the follow-up kickoff, right?
Yep.
And that's something that I noticed last summer. I mean, after every goal, it was like they just really heightened their play for the next 5 minutes to really, cause that sort of chaos for the opponent. And they've done the same thing here tonight.
Duluth FC, a team that can score in bunches. We talked about that a lot last few years, Coach. This long ball over the top, that should be easy for Colville off the bounce. And now it's Jake Starling for the Blue Greens.
Matt, can I just say, Tyler Limmer is the guy that, you live to coach. Seriously, you think about a forward, so not only is he an absolute workhorse, he's a cutthroat finisher, so he's just ice cold veins, right?
Here's Felipe Oliveira now. Oliveira coming forward now, sends it wide, edge of the 18. It's Pritchard on the right foot. Pritchard into the middle, and the chip attempt. Speaking, Tyler Limmer going for his second. I think the flag might have gone up, but
yeah, sorry if I jinxed you there, Limmer. He was offside anyway, so we're not gonna even talk about it. But I do want to get back to him for a second, Matt. So not only is he cutthroat in front of the net, and he's ice cold, but then you talk to the dude, and he's warm.
Yep.
Big smile, very just personable. He's extremely coachable. I know the coaching staff down there loves working with him. The guys on the team, everybody loves him. He's one of their top couple favorite teammate for everybody on the squad. Those are the kinds of guys that really make a culture that you live to coach
now we're going to have a whistle on the playing surface here, an injured Joy Athletic player on the far side, didn't get a number on it. Second might be Victor Cano.
Yeah, it's Cano on the far right side there.
So he's up and walking off under his own power and actually bounced up relatively quickly, so that's a good sign. Hopefully he'll be all right to come back into the game here. As you see, the Blue Greens also beginning to warm up the bench a little bit. It is chilly here in Duluth, so I don't know if we'll see anybody until the second half, but
I would suspect he's going to stick with this lineup through the first half, Matt. You're right. Matt, I want to highlight Rory Doyle again. This is a little bit out of position for him. He can play anywhere in the midfield, obviously, and he's a heady enough player. He can play anywhere on the pitch.
Yeah. Well, the Blue Greens without Andre Solaris tonight, so
he's been asked, he's been sort of tasked with playing that number 6, that holding center midfield role, and it takes a lot of discipline. And the great thing about a guy like Andreas Solaris that we'll see here, hopefully next game, is the way he plays really frees up the 2 midfielders in front of him. And so Doyle's been tasked with that tonight. And I think he's in the first 28 minutes of the game, he's been terrific with it. He's been very disciplined. I've loved, the moments that he's chosen to kind of break out of those pockets have been the right ones, where he sees extra coverage in behind him. He's obviously, doing a good job of kind of pulling Joy's number 10 out, creating space to fill pockets there, be an option for the center backs to pass through and try to establish some of that build-up play.
This is David Riera now on the far side for Joy Athletic, and now he'll lose possession. And Duluth FC will play it all the way back now for Jamie Koval. Space now. This is Charlie Wood, who had a really good look early in the game. Long ball now intended for Doyle. Now the follow-up. Second ball by goal scorer Tyler Limmer trying to get it back outside for Edward Nyes. One broken up now, and the Goats going to try to come back to their direction if they can here. Here's Kwame, Bennett Kwame.
So, Matt, that is an example right there of Charlie Wood filling the space, going back to lane 6 and allowing Doyle to get forward. And again, this early in the season to see some of that midfield kind of dynamic play interchange is really good to see.
Masango Akali now. Nice tackle by Axel Batal in open field. And now they have Denmark playing the ball near side looking for Tyler Limmer. Broken up, and that one kept in. Nicely done there by Charles Wright. Alcali.
And he's shifty, isn't he?
Yeah, 1-2 with Jesse Juarez. Juarez now on the right foot. Playing it back now, Danielson Martinez into the middle. Kantorowicz. For Athletic really hasn't had a whole lot of possession in this first half, Coach. Had a couple dangerous looks, though, on nice chips through the middle. Kobel's been tested a couple times on that, where he's had to come off of his line aggressively. And this is probably one of the longer stretches of possession that the Goats have had here through the opening half hour plus. And it's right now. Going to the far side for Kantorowicz on the right foot. Playing a long ball to the top, and that's that high line by Duluth FC right there. Not really giving Kantorowicz anywhere to go with that ball. If he's looking to go over the top, Coach, and over the top, and now Duluth FC will take possession with Rory Doyle.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see if they kind of start to establish a bit more possession. They've been pretty forward-thinking here throughout the first half, and you wonder if they're going to try to start to get a few more passes before they break forward. Just trying to bait Joy out a little bit more. Enjoy some time on the ball.
Here's Porter now. Nathan Porter back for Jamie Colville. Colville now in the middle. Here is Rory Doyle.
And right on cue, Matt, you see how much more patient they are in this sequence, just trying to build up. Find your center back, get it all the way back in the goalkeeper. Look how far back Tyler Limmer is checking. Tyler Limmer is playing as a center back right now.
Well, it's classic 4-4-2 formation right now from Joy defensively. There's this ball now far side. Here's Felipe Oliveira, and now when we tackle off of the split, it should be a corner kick, and it will be for Duluth FC. That's their fourth of the half, Coach.
Yeah, well done there from Felipe to break the line. That's one of his specialties. He loves to wait for the forward to check in and then fill that space. And they did a great job of just kind of shielding the ball. He didn't have any support underneath him, so just shield the ball, win the corner, and see if he can't take advantage of a set piece here.
This one will be taken by Edward Nyes, who took the previous two from this spot. Nyes will play it short this time. Pritchard checking back for it. Now Nyes edge of the 18. Kantorowicz got a deflection on it. Now it's Doyle. Back out for Nyes. Putting it on now. Pritchard now will switch sides here. Crosses it in back post, open there, and getting a shot away with Porter, and that one over the top. But Nathan Porter crossing back post, Coach. And he nearly had his first goal as a blue-green there.
Was that Liam with the ball in? I think it
He
was.
yeah.
Great ball in. Duluth needs to be a little bit careful on those short corners. When they go back out just beyond the 18, that ball almost got picked off, and you're talking about a really good counterattack opportunity then for Joy.
There's a collie now near side. Playing on the overlap now. Here comes Pritchard back defensively, and good work right there from Liam Pritchard.
Great recovery run from him.
Now the throw coming up now on the sideline. Be taken here by DeGrotto. Kali, Bennett Kawame back outside, and the flag goes up far side. It'll be an offside here against the Goats. About 12 minutes away from halftime here, Coach. 1-0. Game's been pretty well played, though, I think, both ways, considering it's a season opener. You said the finishing's been a little bit clunky so far, as you would say, a little bit lackadaisical, but again, not unexpected. This is the first game of the season for both these squads. And Duluth FC, like I said, not at full power tonight in terms of their lineup. Don't have their full team as of yet. As Edward Nyes now takes it wide. Miles Edmondson, that one broken up by the Goats. Trying to trigger back the other direction.
Felipe's done a nice job on the defensive side too. Watch how much he's using his length to try to fill those lanes.
Limmer gets bowled over from behind, and we're going to have a foul called here on Charles Wright, who got in the back of Limmer. Came through, and I don't think there was anything malice in that. I think it was just two guys going for the ball. Caught Limmer, and it'll be a free kick here coming up for the Blue Greens.
Yeah, Charles Wright, obviously another big name in Minnesota over the last couple of years, playing now at McAllister. St. Paul Central High School prior to that, and a Blackhawks product.
I'm a former Blackhawks product, so that's how far back I go.
You were a center back as well.
I was.
Correct, Matt? So
Yes. So I have something in common with him now. Here's a ball with top from Jake Starling.
Coming full circle here.
Yeah, I guess. Just makes me feel that much older. Now Felipe Oliveira, step over move. Top of the 18, now trying to get it through for Wood, and it ended up being broken up, but that's some of that magic that Felipe Oliveira has in those boots of his.
Matt, is it safe to say he's found his confidence here early in the spring?
Yeah, I would say so. He had some of those moves for you this during the fall campaign. I have, of course, the privilege of covering your team.
Matt, he's terrific.
I saw him do that several times during the college season.
And the thing of it is, you see him on the field and you don't even know the half of it because he is such a workhorse. That kid does not know how to quit.
Scored a goal against St. Scholastica on a run like that.
Yeah, he did. He had a nice one, didn't he? He's a fitness freak, but he is the nicest young man you will meet.
He is.
Anytime he stops by my office, it brightens my day. He's such a terrific young man.
I've never not talked to him where he hasn't had a smile on his face.
No,
pretty much. Even after a tough game, sometimes he'll still be able to get a smile out and say hello. So.
Well, Matt, I think the best litmus test for a young man's character is how does he treat people who are younger than him. And my kids, I have 3 girls, obviously. They absolutely love Felipe because he treats them like royalty every time he sees them. Goes out of his way to show that he cares about them and just that it's brightened his day. And so you love people that take care of the youth underneath them, right?
Right, absolutely. You get a look on your screen there, by the way. Our next broadcast of Duluth FC Soccer will come up in 3 days, 72 hours from now. The Blue Greens will be taking on one of the newcomers in the MPSL North Conference, Siouxland United. 7 p.m. opening kick right here in Duluth from Walt Hunting Stadium. Pre-game at about 6:45 that night. In the meantime, ball up the far side looking for Miles Edmondson. Gets tackled out. We'll have a throw coming up now for the Blue Greens in the 38th minute.
Matt, I might have to miss you on Saturday. To be determined here.
I'll see if I can handle it if that ends up being the case. I'll do the best I can. In the meantime, Liam Pritchard now for Duluth FC. Sending it wide. Here's Patal. Crossing the ball in, and that's right into the red basket of Oscar Ferreira. And he'll hold on to it here. Giving a ride forward. Jake Starling there to win the head ball. Flick forward now by Wood. Here's Limmer with the heel flick near side. Liam Pritchard, who's had a good first half for the Blue Greens. Crossing over on the left foot. Into the middle now, here's Doyle. Rory Doyle to the outside for Nyes. I'm not sure Edward Nyes was looking for that pass.
I will say the build-up play in the last 5-10 minutes here, Matt, has started to get better. Kind of like we talked about, just
trying to get a feel for the game a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and like you said, this is the first game of the season for both these clubs. So,
but Matt, I'll say this about the coaching staff and the organization, the administration at Duluth FC. How many guys have returned this year?
16 of them.
A ton of return, great retention. And what that tells me is they're taken care of, right? Like they have a great experience. Guys are coming back. Jake Starling, I mean, he's going to make it a shade under a decade here, I think, before he's done. And while it's great that guys are having a good experience, it translates to the product on the field too.
Yeah.
Because you've got guys that are returning, you've got a renewed chemistry year to year.
Well, and there's been guys also that have come over from other clubs. We talked about Tyler Limmer last year. He started actually his career with the Sioux Falls Thunder. Played there and then played for Des Moines Menace for a bit. Came to Duluth FC last year, returns for his second year, scoring 10 goals a year ago. Zeke Volz is back in the squad this year as well. He's not dressing tonight, but I talked to Zeke before the game. He's another one that started out with the Thunder and came here. And then you've got Jamie Colville coming from Dakota Fusion. So, like you said, it does say a lot for how the club runs its day-to-day operations and how the guys feel like they're wanted.
And these players talk to each other, right? So you have to believe that Duluth's got that rep around the league then as well, where guys are at other clubs and seeing the experience that other guys in the league are having at Duluth and wanting to come here.
Jake Starling, of course, in his 5th season, as we talked about, Miles Edmondson, the returner from last year, Andre Solaris making his 3rd year. Felipe Oliveira, also in his 3rd year as a Blue Green. So you're talking about guys who have had a lot of experience playing for Duluth FC, and know the program well, know the culture of the club, and are happy to be a part of it. And that's
and again, Matt, I think a shout out to Tim Sass and what he started and the vision that he had, and then obviously under new ownership as of last year with John Schuster and Alex Giuliani, and just the professionalism that they've brought to the club as well has just been terrific.
It's all into the middle of the 18, cleared back. Now here's Doyle, another one of those returners, getting a shot away in that. High and wide of the intended target. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Herrera.
Yeah, that ball was still rising about 10 yards after the goal, Matt. I think I'm going to give Roy the benefit of the doubt and say if he was up in his normal 8-10 roll, he's probably 15 yards closer, and that ball is still low enough by the time it hits the goal path that it's on frame. So Rory, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Apparently he's also an outstanding singer. Somebody said that on social media. I'm not sure. I've never
Matt, have you heard
sing.
it?
I have not heard him sing. Is it good? I don't know. Have you heard him sing?
I have.
Okay. Is it good?
He sang at the banquet last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and he crushed it.
Okay. I did not know he was a singer at all.
I'm going to let him talk to you about that. I'll let him tell you the song he sang.
Okay.
And I would ask the boys in the club, and I'm sure they'll give you a real honest evaluation.
Oh, okay.
Of his vocal abilities.
Yes. And we'll keep those conversations off the record if they're not great. But in the meantime, we're approaching halftime here. About 4 minutes before we go into the break. Duluth FC leading 1-0. Goal by Tyler Limmer in the 25th minute. Officially unassisted, but you could have probably given an assist for all practical purposes to Liam Pritchard on that play because he really did create the opportunity there for Tyler Limmer. And Limmer gets those opportunities. He's not going to miss many of them. But that's where we stand. 1-0 your score. Duluth FC in possession at the moment. Here's Jamie Colville. Came over from Dakota Fusion, where he played 2 years for the Fusion. Starting keeper all of last year, as the Fusion had the number 2 seed right behind the Blue Greens in the MPSL North playoffs a year ago. Really nice guy too, Jamie. You and I have both known Jamie for a while, and we had the privilege of watching him at Northland College, where he played for Duluth FC assistant coach Greg Gilmore.
Yeah, and obviously Greg has had only positive things to say about Jamie, and I think he would give Jamie a lot of credit for the progress that program made under Greg Gilmore. Obviously, a lot of that credit goes to some of the players he was able to bring in, but I think Jamie would be top of the list there.
Over now in midfield. Here's Jesse Juarez, another former Blue Green. Singing to the outside. Here's a ball into space. This could be dangerous. Running onto it now is Danielson Martinez. Ball is loose, and then Colville. And we're going to have, I don't know if it's a foul called, and Colville upset with Martinez here, and I'm not sure what went between the two of them, and now Colville getting really upset. There's been some yakking going on the field here, Coach, and I don't know if...
Yeah, just
and Martinez actually was the one who got in the shoving match with Roy Doyle earlier on in that corner kick as well, so some heated stuff between Danielson Martinez and the Blue Greens here in this opening 43 minutes or so.
I'm sure cooler heads will prevail and everybody will work it out, Matt. But I will say again, it's a great example of just how fast Jamie came off his line.
Came off of his line
and just closed that space.
And now they're going to ask.
Oh man, he's going straight red card.
Yeah, he's going for the red card here. And I'd have to say that that's probably an example of good officiating because he went over to the linesman and asked him what he saw.
Yeah, they definitely handled that as a crew, Matt. And I guess I don't know. I don't think it was for the original foul.
Something extracurricular though went on with Jamie. Because not usually you see Jamie Colville respond that way. So
no, he's usually a very cool head, Matt. And so obviously he's got his glove off too. And I don't know if something happened to the hand. Although he just caught a water bottle one-handed, so I think he's fine. No, I think something definitely happened, in the initial contact, and then it looked like they had some words to say, and there was some pushing going back and forth. But
well, Martinez has been, like I said, a little heated throughout the half. He got in a shoving match with Roy Doyle earlier on one of the corner kicks, and now
it'll be interesting to see.
And they're going to give a yellow card to Colville, and that's understandable, I think, because of his reaction. But Duluth FC now going to play 11 on 10 for the rest of the game here. We have about probably a minute or two remaining if you add in extra time as well here in this opening 45 minutes. But I'm guessing that something happened there, Coach. And we're a long way from whatever that was on that far side. But you don't usually see Jamie respond that way. In fact, I've never seen him respond that way.
No.
In all the games
Like I
that
said,
I've seen.
he's a very level-headed player.
You know, and I got to give Rory Doyle some credit over as well on that one, Coach.
I
'cause
didn't
he
know
came
Rory
over,
was that strong. I mean, he picked Jamie right up, like pulled him off, like
pulled
it's
him off, and then gave him a hug afterwards to try to calm him down a little bit. But yeah.
Rory Doyle always the level head, right?
You know, the thing with Rory is he's very tough on the field, Coach, but he doesn't get carded all that often.
No, he's just such a smart player. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the games within the game. Matt, he's another one. So we lived in the same neighborhood with Rory last year as he stayed with Schuster's, and again, just to see him around the youth in Superior is just awesome. He's coaching at the local club. He's in with the kids in the neighborhood. And he's just a fantastic young man.
We're officially in the extra time now. 1-0 your score. We'll see how much time our center referee gives here before we get the halftime whistle. In the meantime, it'll be a throw for Edmondson on the far side here for Duluth FC. And for the goal scorer, Limmer. Now Nyes. Edmondson trying to dance through some traffic. Comes in the 18, ball's loose, and now a couple guys are going to take each other down. And Edmondson on the back of.
Yeah, just trying to use his arms to kind of swim around that play.
And that's a deserved, I would say, yellow card for Miles Edmondson as well. That was.
Yeah, you know what? One of those plays where I think you just kind of get tangled up a little bit as you're trying to almost kind of like just hop over that space. But I think the official just really trying to kind of take a little bit of the punch out of the game here, and I think that's probably smart just to kind of.
Well, especially with halftime looming, there's no reason not to.
Kind of usher everybody into half, kind of unfazed here.
Free kick here coming up. It'll be taken by Herrera. And that is how the half will end. And now Jesse Juarez getting into it a little bit here with Nathan Porter. And so there are a lot of extracurriculars all of a sudden happening on the field here, Coach. Probably a good time for halftime. Settle everybody down now. Is Jake Starling going to come over and have a chat? But in the meantime, Duluth FC, as we head into the intermission with the game's lone goal, Tyler Limmer, his first of the season, 25th minute. Unassisted. There's also been a red card awarded to Danielson Martinez. So Joy Athletics will be playing a man down the rest of the way. So like I said, some interesting things here happening late in the half. But in the meantime, our score after one half of play, Duluth FC 1, Joy Athletic Club nothing. And Coach, your final impressions of that opening 45 minutes.
Matt, again, I think it was a lot of what we expected. We expected Duluth FC to have a lot of the possession and try to play a lot in their attacking half, which they did. Expected Joy to be really creative in the way that they broke out and really prolific in that. And we saw some good opportunities for them. Saw great goalkeeping on both sides of the field. And, you know, a little bit of spice added to the game as well. So
yeah, a couple of cards there at the very end.
Gonna make for a fun second half.
Now 45 minutes down, 45 to go. Your score, Blue Greens 1, Goats nothing. We'll take an extended break and then come back with the start of the second half. This MPSL opener in the North Conference between the Blue Greens of Duluth FC and the Goats of Joy Athletic. Right after this is Duluth FC Soccer, brought to you by the Blue Greens Dream Team.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow! It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow! It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have
Matt Johnson, hopefully being joined shortly by Coach Joe Mooney, back here from Walt Hunting Stadium, Meyer Heikkinen Field here in Duluth. Duluth FC leading at 1-0 here at the half as we're about ready to start the second half. Lone goal game coming in the 25th minute. Tyler Limmer, his first of the season, his 11th of his blue-green career. Officially unassisted, although Liam Pritchard had a big hand in that goal. And that's where we stand at the half, 1-0. The other major development of that opening 45 minutes, the red card late in the half to Danielson Martinez of Joy Athletic. And as a result, Duluth FC will be playing 11-on-10 the rest of the night. A quick reminder also, our next broadcast of Duluth FC Soccer here from the Blue-Green Stream Team will come up this Saturday, the 18th, against Siouxland United, one of the newcomers to the MPSL North Conference. 7 p.m. the opening kick here against Siouxland United. 6:45 the pregame with yours truly here in Duluth. Hopefully Duluth FC will be 1-0 and have a perfect 3 points on the ledger for 2024. Still 45 minutes to play in this one before we get to that game. In the meantime, a quick reminder again, St. Luke's, now part of Aspirus Health, is proud to sponsor Duluth FC. When it comes to injury prevention, treatment, and recovery, their great orthopedics and sports medicine team has you covered. Learn more at slhduluth.com/ortho. Also, score a great deal at BW of Duluth with 0% APR on towels, 2.9% on Atlas and Crosswalk. Kick off your journey with our no commission sales and transparent service department at Volkswagen of Duluth, the official dealership of Duluth FC. Blue Greens will be kicking off going right to left here in the second 45 minutes. Tyler Limmer, the goal scorer, in that opening 45 minutes standing over the ball here, and he'll get us underway here for the second 45 minutes. Good crowd on hand, by the way. Probably right around 600, 700 people in the building here tonight. And we are now underway here, second half. Duluth FC leading at 1-0. And we'll see what this 11-on-10 advantage for Duluth FC yields in the second 45 here before the night is over. Bennett Kalami going to be whistled for an offside immediately here right off the kick, as Joe Mooney has now officially returned to join me here in the second half. I know you were out there shaking hands and kissing babies, Coach.
Matt, I was there, and then I ended up talking to Coach Greg Kane from UMD, and got in here just under the wire. He said something. He scooped me. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he told me what happened with Jamie. We'll talk more about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As the game goes on, let's just say it was not a polite action.
No, and that's
I
actually heard that from a couple folks down that had sort of the inside scoop on that. And
yeah, he wanted me to let you know that UMD women's coach Greg Kane.
if anyone's got the information
it would be Greg,
on it,
yeah.
it's Greg Kane.
He definitely wanted me to let you know that, but I'm glad that he told you himself.
That dude's got his ear to the ground always. So
he does. 30 years in counting now as a UMD women's.
Oh, he's been terrific, and I mean, just an all-time great human being, Matt, and
founded the
coach.
Program. Founded the program at UMD, and has, like I said, been the coach ever since the inception of the program. So he is truly a legend of UMD women's soccer. As here's Liam Pritchard now playing the ball over the top for Edward Nyes. UMD, by the way, with several players playing for Superior City FC on the women's side.
Yeah, Matt, I've gotten a chance to go in and work with that squad a couple times here already in the spring, and I was just telling Coach Kane what an awesome group he's got playing with them this summer.
He's got players spread out throughout the UPSL women's division. Actually.
Yeah.
I was looking at that earlier today. But back to this game. Out on top now, here's a left-footed shot coming in. That one deflected off the left foot of Edward Nyes, and now it'll be cleared into the blue-green bench, and we'll have a throw coming up here for Duluth FC. Blue Greens had the advantage in possession and goal-scoring opportunities in that first half, Coach. So I thought it was a pretty well-deserved 1-0 lead.
Yeah, man, I think that's reflective of the game, right?
Yeah, and I and we talked about this as the first half wore on. They seem to grow into the game as it comes along, and that's pretty common, I think, for a season opener. Of course, the team has very high aspirations for this year, and
as they should, Matt. I'm sure there's a little bit of just a sour taste in the mouth still about kind of the way things went down in their exit.
Well, they're two-time defending champions of the MPSL North Division now, Coach, and I think it's gotten to the point now where, like I said, the aspirations are a little bit higher. The expectations are always high, but they expect to compete at a very high level every year now, and certainly that was the focus of some of the preseason talk around the team, was how things went out in the playoff game against Med City to end the year. Duluth FC ended up playing 9-11 for more than a half hour that game.
Yeah, Matt, it was. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just.
Yeah, but
I've moved
for those,
on.
Yeah, for those who don't remember it, but for those who may not be familiar, that's the reason for all the talk about last year. As Liam Pritchard now with a shot in that one, up away by Herrera. It'll be a corner kick here coming up.
Yeah, Matt. Pritchard didn't really have a great angle. He got a good shot off there, and it looks like sort of a routine save for Oscar, but at the same time, there's a lot of traffic between him and the ball, and it's one of those where it's a real late reaction, so it's a much better save than it probably even let on.
Here's Nyes now off the short corner, flipping it in, now flicked off the head there of Limmer back post. Jake Starling was actually crashing that backside, Coach, and might have had a look at it, but it went behind him.
And I'm not sure if Limmer was trying to look far post or if he was just trying to redirect into the path of a runner there.
Because it was Starling who was coming back post on that,
yeah,
on the flick. I don't know, like I said, if Limmer heard Starling call out for it on the flick, but either way, it'll be a goal kick here now for Oscar Herrera, who had a busy first half. Made some really nice saves in that first half. As now on the outside, this is a Collie.
So Matt, usually when you go down a player, you've got two options in a four-back system, which it looks like Joy is kind of elected to keep here. Either a 4-3-2 or a 4-4-1. A lot of times you see a team go to a 4-4-1. But obviously, Joy being down a goal needs to try to keep numbers up high, and so they're in a 4-3-2. It looks like with Zinedine and Akale up top.
Here's Doyle.
It's sort of like a left-right forward pairing, and then it's the same midfield out to start the second half.
And they're probably going to, I would say, probably try to close down the space toward the back. Now here's Miles Edmondson on a nice counter play. 1-2 with Nyes. Edward Nyes now into the 18, takes it in deep, right across the face of goal. And it'll be tackled off by Kantorowicz. It'll be a corner kick now for Duluth FC. Up to 5 of them now for the Blue Greens here, as we're into the 52nd minute. And we'll see who ends up being the target of this corner kick here, taken by Nyes on the right foot. Crosses it in, headed away by Kantorowicz. And it'll make its way across the near side. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens. Looks like Edmondson will be the one to take it.
Matt, you see on the corner kick, so Joy elected to still keep one player high. They kept Akale up high. And so what that should do is actually leave at least one Blue Green unmarked on corner kicks. And so I think a matter of if they get a couple of opportunities like that, try to get numbers in, trying to make some of those delayed runs. Like I said, there should be at least one player that's unmarked.
This is Charlie Wood. He had a good first half for the Blue Greens as well in his
really
Duluth
good first
FC,
showing.
Debut. Here's Liam Pritchard. Jake Starling now, and the pass off for Pritchard.
Matt, another example of just, I think those lines are really getting to Liam out there.
Yeah, I don't know if he came wide enough on that one, because I think Jake was trying to go a little bit wider. And
yeah, he must play on a soccer-specific field for college, have maybe 0 like other lines on it, maybe not used to kind of all the lines and busyness of the field.
Edmondson now playing a ball over the top for Limmer. Limmer now taking a step. Trying to get around Freed, who making a nice job, or Wright, excuse me.
Yeah, boy, he did a nice job and just did enough in the approach of the ball to kind of throw Limmer off a little bit, and then just a really heads-up play defensively there.
Yeah, because of Wright makes the wrong move one way or the other. Limmer's in on goal, looking for a second of the game. As this ball now comes right side, here's Victor Cano on the right foot.
Man, like I said, he was a really highly sought-after defender out of Minnesota, the St. Paul area. Hats off to Coach Greg Olson at McAllister for scooping him up, and I know he's been an impact player already in the MIAC, and he will go on to be a really good MIAC player.
Going to be a free kick now coming up for the Blue Greens here. Still 1-0. Duluth FC in the past has taken full advantage of extra man situations. We'll see if that continues here as the half moves along.
Yeah, Matt, a number of numbers up situations last year. Really not any numbers down until the game of which we will not speak, where they were really down.
There's a ball over the top. Nicely done there by Axel Batal, who's also been good in his Duluth FC.
Matt, he's really good defensively. Look how strong he is as he challenges the ball, but he's also he's just really calm on the ball.
Nice tackle there coming from the weak side by Nathan Porter as this ball now is sent forward looking for Limmer. Brought down, now here's Pritchard.
And that'll be a card, a tactical foul there just to hold Pritchard up.
Bennett Kawami.
Yeah,
free
really
kick here coming up.
Bennett didn't have another choice there. He had to slow that play down. Duluth was going to have numbers going forward.
To the 54th minute here, we'll have a free kick here now. That's the second card against the Goats in this contest. The first being that straight red against Nielsen Martinez. The Blue Greens have a pair of yellows. Jamie Colville getting one of them. The other one is Miles Edmondson.
See a couple of Duluth players just starting to kind of get the early phases of their warm-up going on the far side.
Now Doyle off the free kick, sends it wide open. Near side, here's Edmondson.
I think that's Felipe Luis Santos on the far side and Josh
Santos.
Bellamy. The two of them just starting to, and maybe just staying loose, but maybe they're starting to kind of get some of those preliminary stretches in before they maybe
Santos had
Entered
5
the game.
goals for the Blue Greens last year. He started out this season for Duluth FC coming off the bench, and then as the campaign wore on, he became a starter and really played well in the second half of the year.
Yeah, man, he's got a lot of flair to him. He really grew into the season last year.
Corner kick now as Pritchard now sends it way over the top. Starling trying to run it down, and he'll run out of real estate. Far side will have a throw coming up here for the Goats. They're going to take it quickly. The Grotto was the Joy Athletic player that tossed that one in, and now he'll get another opportunity out here.
Yeah, no surprise, especially down a man. You're probably looking just to kind of huck this ball down the touchline each time, just trying to advance it. Force Duluth to either have to deal with it or play it out. Or they'll throw it central, I guess.
Now here, near side, Victor Cano flipping it forward. Here's Kalami playing on a yellow card. Now Doyle, we're going to have a foul called on Kalami, and now he's got to be careful as well. They're already down a player.
Yeah, Duluth upset there. They didn't want the play to be stopped there. They wanted to play on and manage. As they had numbers going forward.
Here's Pritchard now off the restart. Pritchard playing it back now. Nathan Porter sending it on the square ball now for Jake Starling. Will continue on. Axel Patel coming forward on the right foot.
Matt, you notice that they've switched Liam Pritchard and Edward right and left. So Pritchard now on the left side, trying to cut into his strong right foot.
Yeah, they did at the end of the half too, Coach. They moved.
Yeah. And just try, I think maybe try to see if Edward can maybe get around the corner a little bit and use his flair in a different way.
Going to be a goal kick now for Jamie Colville. Hasn't been tested a lot so far here tonight, Coach, but he's been up to the task each time. Here's Oliveira now. Edmondson will play it all the way back now. Here's Porter. Doyle now. Duluth FC doing a lot of building from the back here so far. The back four has been pretty solid tonight. You're wondering how the two veterans in Edmondson and Starling would come together with Porter and Batal, the two newcomers, and so far so good in that regard, Coach. It looks like with his back four.
Yeah, they've done a good job of establishing some early chemistry here. I'm sure the coaching staff likes Nathan Porter, a left-footed center back, to play that left center back.
Oval now.
As they're trying to maintain possession and keep the ball swinging across the back line, having that left-footed player just allows you to kind of curl balls into your left back in a different way. Allows you to open up as the ball comes across your body in a different way. As opposed to having two right-footed center backs, which is often the case for teams.
Victor Cano now trying to circle through the middle. Bennett Kawami. Sending it to the far side. DeGrotto moving forward. Colley had it at his foot. Now it's Zinedine Croton on the right foot. Against Charlie Wood. Cross it in toward the 18, and Duluth FC now will break that up.
Felipe's got to go in stronger on that kind of a challenge there.
Kantorowicz now on the right foot. Juarez, heavy touch. Edmondson playing it on now for Limmer. Trying to run it down. Kantorowicz will get there first. Back for Herrera.
You notice how Limmer changed his run angle there. Let this play develop.
There's Nyes, and now he goes down, and we'll have a goal kick here coming up. No foul called.
But Matt, you notice how Limmer changed the angle of his run and just kind of like, there were 2 or 3 steps there where he kind of laid off for a second just to see, kind of to bait Noah Kantorowicz in what he was going to do, right? So was he going to try to turn out to his left, or was he going to play it back into his goalkeeper, Herrera? And Limmer just really trying to disguise the angle of his run there. And it's those little nuances that make a forward like that so unpredictable and dangerous.
Here's Oliveira making a run forward now. David Riera now. Moving it forward. Musango Akali for the Goats. A couple of step over moves. Now he's going to play it into the middle. Riera. Now ball through the middle. And nice save there by Colville as Juarez tried to break in. Duluth FC looking for the
Once again,
Flag
Matt,
to go up.
that sweeper keeper coming off his line, making a slide tackle just like a center back would in that open space.
Smart play there by the Goats trying to release Juarez.
Well, and it's just such a luxury for a center back to have an aggressive goalkeeper in behind you like that. It allows you to be a bit more aggressive with the way that you play up on your forwards. You're not as concerned about the space in behind that you might give up as you try to approach and defend tightly.
And now we're going to have a corner kick here.
Yeah, I think Starling just trying to play it off.
Yeah, he tried to play it off of Croton on the far side.
Yeah.
Croton did a nice job avoiding the contact, so now we're going to have a corner kick. First of the game here for the Goats comes in the 61st minute. It'll be taken on that far side. Second will be Juarez, actually. That'll be
a lot of numbers right around
Colville here.
I'm sure.
High arcing ball now. Backside gets over the top of Wright, who tried to send it back toward the 6, and now a counterattack opportunity perhaps for the Blue Greens here. Pritchard now in the space. Here's Limmer. Has Nyes with him. Edward Nyes now on the outside. Crosses back over and then runs headlong into Akali, and now he'll draw a foul top of the 18. And
yeah, and Limmer had to make a choice there. Does he play it in front of the center back and try to force the center back to kind of run behind it? But you play it there and the goalkeeper can come out to it, or do you play it in front of the center back and let your forward try to deal with it? And because he played it in front of the center back instead of behind him, it forced Edward to hold up his run. And it's the higher percentage pass that's going to make it onto your other forward, but it's also the less dangerous pass.
A free kick now here for the Blue Greens, top of the 18. Nye standing over it on the right foot. Limmer also there. And we'll see who they let take this one. Blue Greens doing the smart thing, asking for the 10 yards, and the Goats now have about 7 or 8 players in that wall. Now they're going to break it up a little bit here. Herrera trying to organize things just outside his 6. Looks like it's going to be Nyes.
Yeah, he's going direct on frame here, man.
Nyes with the shot into the wall, back for Nyes. Ball still loose, and now the flag goes up far side. Our center referee has not seen it as of yet, and
yeah, Charlie Wood was offside. Came from an offside position on the rebounded shot there. Matt, a lot of activity now for Duluth FC on the bench side there. We're into the 63rd minute. I'd be surprised, I guess, if we didn't see somebody. In fact, I think Luis Felipe Santos he's taking off his warm-up pants and putting guards on, which means he's probably likely going to be the first sub to come in.
Smooth wing player. We talked about him just a few minutes ago. Those 5 goals last year, and they were all big goals for Duluth FC. A guy who really is explosive on the wing when he gets space.
Yeah, Matt, he's a different kind of electric player.
He missed a lot of time with Mercyhurst this year. Actually started out really strong for them. Played 3 games, had 2 goals and an assist, and then got banged up. Missed the rest of the season, then coming back from injury. But like I said, when he's right, he's a heck of a player.
Absolutely.
Now here's Batal on the outside, on the overlap. Laying it back, here's Nyes. Nyes on the cross, and that one takes a deflection, and it should be another corner kick. Duluth FC beginning to pile up the corner kicks here, Coach.
And again, Matt, they're a player up on these, so if they keep Akali high, again, because Joy is down a man, that should free up at least one free runner here.
Looks like Edmondson will take this corner kick, which will be an in-swinger with the left foot. Meantime, like you said, Felipe Santos right now on the next action going to come into the game, Coach. He's standing at midfield. As here's the bending ball in now from Edmondson. Cleared back out on top. Wood now trying to get it over it, and instead he pops it straight up in the air, and that one go right through the football goal post. We'll have a goal kick here coming up, and that should bring in Felipe Santos. First time we'll see the Brazilian.
I'm assuming he's going to come on for one of the wingers.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Liam Pritchard. That's going to be...
No, I think actually Edward's coming off, and they're
going to switch.
Put Pritchard back on the right, and then probably put Felipe Santos on the left. And again, that's designed for him to be able to cut inside, combine centrally with the midfielders or with the forward. Nice first night out for Edward.
Yeah. That's going to be a hard on Axel.
Axel's going to get a yellow card there for sure. It's a tactical foul.
So Santos is into the game, number 7, in black. And like I said, he's very explosive when he gets space, so we'll see if the Blue Greens can release him a couple of times here as the second half wears on. We're now in the 65th minute. That's the 3rd yellow card, by the way. Axel Batal with his.
Matt, he's another guy, Luis Santos, that just his work rate. Any kind of ball that goes up into the front line, like he's going to chase it down. He's notorious for putting fullbacks under pressure.
Yeah, when he cuts in on that right foot, he's really dangerous.
Well, again, he's shifty, so he'll cut in on his right, and then as soon as he notices the defender has shifted his weight, he'll come back the other way.
In the meantime, now here's Wood's ball through the middle. That one nearly picked off. And now Croton spinning around Charlie Wood, and we're going to have a foul called there.
Yeah, and that one's probably, that initial ball is probably half on Wood there for not finding the right angle and kind of playing a square ball outside there, and probably half on Miles Edmondson. You just start to see a little bit of the fatigue starting to wear into the fullbacks here, where I thought Miles had windows that he probably could have gotten into to be a better option. But now you're 67 minutes in, and it just those minutes start to wear on your legs a little bit.
Here's Edmondson looking it forward and off of his head. He was trying to release Felipe Santos on the near side. And it'll be a throw now coming up here for the Goats near sideline. The throw comes in. Dancing around now, David Riera. McCauley, who's had a good night here so far. Here's Jesse Juarez, now right wing. Measured by Nathan Porter defensively here for the Blue Greens. Sango Akali. Still dancing on the near side, Akali. Now trying to play a 1-2 passing play. Now Croton. I'll give the Goats credit. They've played well here so far in the second half. Down a minute. Croton now trying to step through, getting a shot away, and that one's high.
Yeah, and Croton wants a foul there, but he'd already got the shot off, and it's just a continuation of his momentum. It was Jake Starling on his way through.
Off the restart, Doyle plays it forward, and now they're going to call an offside on Pritchard.
Yeah, and he was off by a couple yards there, trying to come back to an onside position.
Quick reminder again that next broadcast of Duluth FC coming up Saturday against Siouxland United, a team we know of nothing about. We've never seen them play because they're a brand new club this year. 7 p.m. the opening kick here from Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field in Duluth. 6:45 the pregame with yours truly. Hopefully Coach Mooney will be with me. We're not sure. Now Croton will toss Miles Edmondson to the deck, and there'll be a yellow card on him. So all the cards starting to pile up a little bit here.
Man, I will say, Joy's done a good job. I mean, they've gotten a handful of chances here in the second half. The last 10 minutes, I feel like Duluth's kind of lost a little bit of that foothold they had in the game.
Now the edge has just not been there really for the Blue Greens here since.
Again, first game out, man, and you got to think probably subs are probably coming soon. Again, you're up a man, so to be able just to run at a team that's down a man, I would think that they're probably going to start to see some fresh legs come in and just try to reinforce this lead here soon.
Yeah, got a little more pace back into it right now. Duluth FC hasn't had as much space to work with here in the second half. The passing's been a little bit off. As Colville to the far side for Batal. That one now headed down, and now here's Wood. Pritchard to the outside now, Batal, and that one will be tackled out here.
Really nice outlet pass there from Charlie Wood.
And the throw now taken by Batal. Jake Starling for the Blue Greens will go back for Koval. And now a ball over the top. Hit Batal. Now here's Limmer. Back outside, Axel Batal. Liam Pritchard now on the right foot. Pritchard now toward the 18. Batal. Back for Pritchard. Crossing it in. And now a ball forward here for Croton, and he'll touch it out of play. It'll be a throw here for the Blue Greens. And looks like now Joy's going to make a substitution.
Oh, Matt, and it looks like Jamie Colville is down on the ground, and
yeah, I don't know if he's.
Well, the AR on the near side here was trying to signal the center ref.
I don't know if he's got a cramp or
he was making a signal like he was going to come out of the game.
So we're into the 71st minute. We'll have a bit of a break here now while the trainers, namely Christy Wilkie, will go over there and have a look at Duluth FC keeper Jamie Colville. The backup tonight, by the way, is James Price, who of course is another returner from last year, who split time in goal with Zeke Foltz.
Yeah.
Foltz not dressing tonight, but he is here. I talked to him. I also saw Andre Solaris.
Yeah, man, no doubt Price is going to come into this game. Like,
yeah.
Jamie already made the sort of the universal kind of like rotation sign to the bench. So he's ailing, and I really would not be surprised if James Price takes a minute here to kind of get himself warm. But so now again, Matt, you've got a cold goalkeeper coming into the game.
Yeah.
You've got some fresh legs. I really think that this is an opportunity here for Duluth to try to get some fresh legs on it and just try to run at Joy a little bit and try to tilt the game back in their favor.
I wonder if he might have twisted an ankle or something right there. We didn't actually see the injury happen. I'm not sure when it actually took place, but Colville right now being helped off the field by both Wilkie and Jake Starling at the moment. But yeah, unfortunate for Jamie Colville, who's had a nice night in goal. So he's going to be done for the evening, and said hopefully Jamie back sooner rather than later here.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said, he was really great. I mean, for the first 70 minutes of the game, and again, Matt, so this is a very different goalkeeping situation now. So James Price, terrific between the pipes. He's not going to be as fast to come off his line. He's going to stay a little bit more solid and kind of like tucked to his line a little bit. And so that changes the way the back four needs to play in front of him. They need to be a little bit more conservative and protect the space in behind them.
So Price is going to come into the game here. See him jogging in there. So Price is in. Plays his college soccer, by the way, alongside Nathan Porter at Mars Hill University.
Yeah, and Price had some nice moments last summer, if you remember.
Yep, he played well last year.
Terrific goalkeeper. But again, it's going to be a different goalkeeper. And I'm sure Coach Sean Morgan and the staff probably directing, during this little break here, directing the players to make those adjustments.
So we're back to live action. We'll have, of course, about 3 or 4 minutes of added time as a result of that substitution for Jamie Colville. Like I said, hopefully Jamie will be back sooner rather than later and not have a serious injury. In the meantime, now the Blue Greens with the throw near side for Rory Doyle, and that return pass on the outside too much. The throw now coming in for Cano. Here's Porter now going back. Here's Starling. By the way, the substitute was Philip Caputo, who came in for
another St. Cloud Husky.
Yep. Joy Athletic has had a series of St. Cloud State players over the years play for them. Caputo, just another one. Here's Price now. Santos getting his first touch. Flicks it back toward the middle of the field. Here's Kwame. Bennett Kwame now. Jesse Juarez. Going to spin his way through about 3 or 4 Blue Greens. Hits the deck. No call. We play on. Now here's Oliveira. Playing the ball forward, looking for Santos. And Santos has it taken away by Norik Kantorowicz, who's had a good night tonight. And now Edmondson checking at Slimmer, who can't keep it in near side.
Nice sequence over there. Eventually find its way from Felipe to Felipe.
Yeah, Duluth FC. We talked about last year, Coach, the 3 Felipes. All 3 of them are back this year again. Santos, Artiega, and Oliveira. And we'll do our best to keep them all straight for you during the season. In the meantime, now here's Croton. Zinedine Croton. Charlie Wood on the nice interception there. Here's Felipe Santos for Felipe Oliveira. Now on the overlap, it's Edmondson coming in left foot. Crossing it, back post wide open was Pritchard. He could have probably just lined that up.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try to go on frame with that one, Matt. You know, sometimes when you start these games at 7 o'clock and it's still light out, and then you get the lights as the sun goes down, this time of night can, especially on balls that are coming across in the air like that, it can just throw off depth perception a little bit and make forwards a little bit more hesitant.
We'll have a
So again, giving Liam the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Handball was called, by the way, on the go. It's that's the reason for free kick far side. Pitcher standing over it right now on the right foot. Edmondson also coming over on the left foot. And we'll see which one of them ends up taking the free kick. Blue Green's bunching toward the top of the 18, being marked man for man right now by the Goats. Now Edmondson into the middle.
Great ball in there.
Yeah, brought down, now cleared up in the air. Here's Oliveira coming over for it. And now they release forward. Here's Caputo. Look, Caputo getting away from the pressure of Jake Starling. Now crosses midfield, and Starling just gave him a two-handed shove in the back. And that'll be a yellow card on Jake Starling. Another tactical foul there.
Yeah, and that's, again, just trying to get numbers back behind the ball.
Free kick here coming up. Croton standing over it. Like I said, the pace has slowed down quite a bit, and that's the Joy's advantage right now since they're playing down a man. Thanks to the first half red card on Nielsen Martinez. Still Tyler Limmer's goal, the only one, so let's see, hardly out of the woods here on this one. Yeah, it's Croton now with the left foot. Bending ball in the middle. Headed away by Porter.
Blues got to clear their lines a little bit quicker than they did there.
Duluth FC off the turnover with a chance to break back to their direction.
What a touch in there from Tyler Limmer.
Yeah, here's Pritchard now. Getting around on the outside. Liam Pritchard coming all the way through. And now we're going to have a foul. They're going to call a foul on
Liam
Pritchard. Yeah,
couldn't quite get his feet sorted out there. He needed to play that ball into Tyler Limmer. He had that slotted ball in.
There's a ball in for Limmer. Now back post. Here's Santos, and he now will shoot it over the top. And Felipe Santos, that's one he buried last year more often than not. And this time he flicks it high over the bar.
Yeah, man, it looked like that ball just took a little bit of a hop right before it hit his laces.
Duluth FC, the finishing just hasn't quite been there tonight for the Blue Greens. They've had great looks.
Here comes another sub, Manny Morales coming on.
Manny Morales is going to come on into the game, excuse me, and take out
Liam Pritchard.
And he'll play on the right now with Morales. Another returner from last year.
Man, I think he's another guy that is poised to have a bit of a breakout summer. You know, he just never quite found his footing last summer, but he's such a tidy player, and I think what he was lacking a bit last summer was just some of that explosiveness after he'd make the move. In the couple of training sessions that I was able to see him play, man, he's really started to sort that out, Matt. And I think he's, like I said, I think he's poised to do a bit of damage this summer.
Here's Santos now against two Goats players. Cano able to dispossess him of the ball. Now Kali in the middle. Coming forward. And now they play it wide, and it'll be, or should be, easy for James Price.
I stand corrected. Price was really quick to get off his line there. But obviously, in the end, Zidane had kind of held up his run there, but Price looked real lively and just ready to spring off his line and cut off that angle.
Now Starling will go all the way back for the aforementioned Price, top of the 18. He'll give it a ride far side. Well played ball over the top, looking for Morales.
Great ball there from Price. Well done.
And Manny Morales now will play it off with a Goats player, and we'll have another substitution now for the Blue Greens. On the far side.
So that'll be Josh Bellamy coming in for Axel. Nice debut for Axel.
Yeah, Axel played well today. Need some things happen on that right side.
I'll highlight the difference between these two right defenders, Matt. So Axel, again, really strong defender. In a real, just kind of, I don't want to say the word simple, but I mean, really just kind of down-to-earth type player. Bellamy's going to add a little bit more flair in the attacking side.
Here's Josh Bellamy now crossing the ball in, and that one will result in a corner kick, I think. Actually, we can say it's a throw. Josh Bellamy, who scored 10 goals, had 9 assists from an outside back position this year for UW Superior. Just give you an idea of how offensive minded he is.
Matt, there was nothing he didn't do for us this year. He was, and for folks that have watched Duluth for the last couple of years, you know the name Blake Perry, and obviously he graduated from UWS the year prior, and it's kind of like, well, who steps up into that role? And, and Blake was obviously a left forward his entire career. Bellamy a right back, so you look at it and say, well, he's not going to step up, kind of pound for pound or position to position. But in terms of like just being that player that steps up in big moments and really forces every opponent to just kind of adjust their game to account for him, Josh did a really nice job in his junior year of doing that. And obviously I'd love to see him have a great summer and even better yet, a great fall.
Yeah, he's another returning Blue Green from last year. Stepped in last year after an injury to Stefan Rowe, as you may recall, being the year coach, and played really well as an outside back, spelling Stefan. As this ball now into space, and Herrera will come out and he'll smother it here.
Well, again, I think he fits, just like Miles Edmondson does, fits Sean Morgan's style of play and really trying to get their fullbacks higher, provide that width in the middle and final thirds. Great combination play there between Roy Doyle and Felipe.
Meantime, Owen Salzwedel into the game now for Joy. Here is Morales outside. Bellamy crossing it into the 6. Nobody on the end of it for Duluth FC. And now Salzwedel getting a touch to the outside. Has the ball taken away, and now they're going to call a foul.
I think that was, it stopped. The center ref actually waved off the AR there, and we're still playing.
Morales dancing on the end line now, and it'll be tackled out. Another corner kick here coming up.
Matt, go back to that last sequence, and again, so now you see where the fresh legs are really taking over. That sequence between Manny Morales and then Josh Bellamy on the overlap. You just couldn't quite find that forward striding through on the ball in, but you just see how much more lively it is now.
So about to make another substitution here.
A lot of credit to Sean Morgan on his game management. I'm probably a little bit more liberal, just trying to get guys in a bit quicker, and I think that highlights the college game that I'm used to a little bit more, where I think Sean's timed it very well here, and again, put players in to impact the game in a critical moment of the game. So big credit to Sean Morgan. And now he's made a move. So I think, Matt, is that number 20 coming in, Archie McDonald?
It is, and as this one comes in, right in on goal, Herrera. Archie McDonald coming in, another Division I player, by the way, redshirted this past year for SIU Edwardsville, who had an outstanding year, by the way. Only lost one game all year.
Great tackle there from Charlie Wood, right into Tyler Limmer's path.
Here's Santos crossing it through, and Torowitz right there.
So, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Archie is by trade a center back. Is that right?
He's sort of he's listed as and then going down, and as he comes in is going to be Felipe Santos, and a penalty kick has been awarded.
Matt, I missed it. It was just on the corner. I can't see on this corner.
Right.
I need to get used to looking at the screen.
It was a little step over move by Santos, got around the defender, then got tackled from behind as he made his way into the 18, and then a yellow card boot. And we'll see who takes the penalty kick here for.
I think Felipe is going to take it.
Yeah.
So, Matt, this is always the debate. Do you have the guy who gets fouled take the pen?
Yes. On your team, you tend to spread it around him. So
here's my reasoning behind it. Well, you know what? Maybe I should wait till after the kick is taken. I don't know, but
I've seen several players take penalty kicks for you in the past, Coach.
Well, my reason for having somebody besides the guy who got fouled take the pen is, let's let Felipe take this and hopefully bury it.
Felipe Santos will take this penalty kick the first of the season here for the Blue Greens. Missed a golden opportunity a moment ago, as you may recall. And Santos now slots it into the corner, and Felipe Santos has his first goal of the season, that one in the 84th minute. You were saying, Coach?
And like I said, Matt, always have the guy who gets fouled take the pen, right? Like, man, cool as you like Felipe, really nicely done there. That hesitation halfway through his run-up really got the goalkeeper to freeze. And then obviously just put it to his right side and buried it. Really coolly done.
Oh, and he's a player. We talked about his smoothness, Coach. He very easily have 2 goals right now in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's one of those guys that he kind of lowers his stick because he's very deceiving, but he's very quick. He's up over move, and he can be deadly in front of goal. He's a guy that, generally speaking, puts the ball in the back of the net. So we were so surprised by that miss that he had.
Yeah. Well, Matt, again, so a couple things. I want to give credit to the coaching staff. Again, so you look at who impacted that play, and it was, again, some of the counter pressing from Josh Bellamy, Manny Morales. Just, to put McDonald in the center defensive role, what that's done to kind of change the game and tilt it back the other way, and then obviously who gets the pen and then buries the pen is another substitute in Luis Felipe Santos. So.
And McDonald right now, tall drink of water, about 6'3", and he's playing in the middle right now defensively.
So yeah, so the subs have definitely rewarded the coaching staff for making the moves that they did, and again, hats off. Game one already showing why this team has been so dominant.
Throw coming in now deep for Joy. That could have been dangerous. Is now coming through and then chipping over the top, and that one will go well over the bar and outside. That's Victor Cano. We'll have a goal kick now for James Price. Let's see, he's tightened up a little bit since Price came into the game on the back four. You were talking about that kind of because he's a different type of goalkeeper than
and credit to Pricey for coming in. A 1-goal lead. Steadying the ship and allowing Duluth to stretch that lead to a 2-goal.
Now Edmondson crossing it in through the middle. Nice job by Charles Wright to come back and break that one up. He's going to get stretched. We'll probably have about 4 or 5 minutes of added time by the way. We're in the 87th minute now.
Yeah, a couple stoppages for cards, Matt, a goal, pen, injury. So I would say probably 4 or 5 minutes. Seems about right.
So about 10 minutes or so
nice
left.
Touch there from James Price.
Price sending it long over the top. And
he coolly dealt with that, man. I've been really impressed with James since he's come on. All right, so can I talk to you about that pen now?
Yes, you can talk about the pen.
So,
okay. I know you've been wanting to get this out.
Here's my thinking and why I usually don't have the guy who got fouled take the pen. So you think about it, Matt. It's probably the player who was most recently involved in that high level of intensity.
Okay.
So there's emotion in it. He's also the guy that's probably breathing the hardest because he just ran down a ball or tried to make a move. So you pull somebody else in that wasn't involved in the play. Their heart rate is lower.
Okay.
They've caught their breath. There is no, kind of questioning, did I actually deserve the pen or not? That goes into players' minds too.
Right.
So you take all that out of it. You pull somebody in who wasn't involved in the play.
That's fair. I would never question you on that. I've covered your team just as long as I've covered Duluth FC. In fact, I've covered your team longer than that. And I've seen, like I said, multiple players for you take penalty kicks. And, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with spreading the ball around either. You had, I don't know how many different penalty takers you had this year. I saw Josh Bellamy take him. I saw Felipe Olvera take some.
Yeah, both took some big ones for us. Josh Bellamy took one in the national tournament and scored his. Felipe took one against Augsburg in a game that we won 1-0 and buried his. So
there's Manny Morales down through the middle. Here's Limmer on the inside, and he scores! Tyler Limmer, his second goal. And Duluth FC breaking it open now late. It's 3-0. That goal coming in the 89th minute.
Matt, and again, so where did the ball come from? It came from Manny Morales, a substitute that just used that speed, used that freshness to get there. And again, when I talked about Manny having a breakout year, his service, his quality in just kind of all facets of his game, you see it there. That was a sublime ball into Tyler Limmer, and Tyler's not going to miss from there.
Well, Morales made a really nice move there also. He was now feint to his right and then went around the defender.
It was silky, Matt, and again, and what did we talk about earlier, right? That was the other part of it. The technical components were there last summer. It was that explosiveness, right? It was making that move and then actually really causing separation from the defender. So a huge credit to Manny, and I will say this too, Matt. That dude, I saw him every day at UWS. He would come after training and come work out for like 2 hours, get extra touches on the ball. He's in the weight room, like it's work rate, and it's paying off for him already early this summer.
Limmer with his second, his 12th of his career as a Blue-Green, the assist to Manny Morales. And Duluth FC now up 3-0 as Freddie Watson has checked in for the first time. Another one of your players, Coach.
Yeah, Freddie Watson. So Freddie's a forward actually by trade, played over at Maidenhead, so you may recognize that name. Anybody who's watched Welcome to Wrexham, same club there, okay, same league before their promotion.
And Freddie had a very, very good year for you guys as well. 5 goals, 5 assists.
Yeah, so Matt, we played him either in the forward spot or we were in a 3-5-2 for a chunk of the season. He played as a left wing back. But again, a forward by trade and actually converting into a left back.
He can play multiple positions. I know you guys moved him around a lot this year. Very explosive on the wing as well. Very quick first step. Here's Limmer looking for the hat trick.
He's really quick, Matt. He's really good driving, both outside to inside and central to outside.
Well, I know that you had initial conversations with Coach Sean Morgan about Freddie Watson and his skill set and what he could bring to the table.
I think Sean had talked to me actually last year when Freddie was a freshman about possibly coming in last summer. And most freshman guys, international guys, try to go home over their first summer.
Yeah.
But I knew it was a goal of Freddie to stick around at some point and play with this team. Again, he had heard great things from his teammates who have played with Duluth about the organization, the structure, the administration.
Let's see now up 3-0 as we're into extra time officially. Probably about 4 or 5 minutes. That's what we're expecting here. So we still got some time, and Duluth FC going to make one more substitution here before we're all said and done. For the evening here, Josh Bellamy will hold on to this ball far side. Looks like it'll be Zach Tiemeyer that will check in, and he will take out Nathan Porter, who had a really nice debut tonight, Coach.
Yeah, really good first showing for Nathan Porter. Not just his first showing with Duluth, but also, again, after that tough injury he suffered in the fall. Really his first, competitive action back. And boy, he just looked real cool, didn't he?
He did. He looked very good.
Good stretch there from Tiemeyer.
Yeah, another one of your players.
Boy, just entering the game and taking it down nice and smooth.
Here's Santos. Outside Manny Morales. Morales now lining it up. Gets a shot away. Big save is going to be made by Herrera. Now Charlie Wood, who's had a nice night as well. Crossing out in front. Gloved away by Herrera, then cleared away. Otherwise, it might have been in the back of net for Duluth FC's 4th of the night.
Matt, we saw this last summer, and again, they're just hitting it right back where they left off, where they're hungry. I mean, we're into injury time now, and Duluth is still.
They go goal hunting after goals. That's been one of the trademarks of the club over the years. And now here's Santos with Watson with him. Now we'll use the overlap. Freddie Watson, edge of the 18, left foot. Takes it in deep. Crosses over. Christ, the face a goal. And wow. Tyler Limmer just missed getting a touch on that ball. He's almost in disbelief that he didn't get it, Coach.
Yeah, and I'm sure Freddie's saying, hey, you owe me an assist there. And Limmer's saying, yeah, well, I wanted the hat trick, didn't he?
Yeah. So Duluth FC seemingly on their way to their first 3 points of the season here. They'll be taking on Siouxland United. We'll talk more about that in our post-game show. That'll be our next broadcast on Saturday again. I might be flying solo depending on what happens with Coach Mooney. I know you're supposed to be on the road that night. So
man, we got the big Shakopee tournament this weekend. Yeah. So I've got a U11 daughter and a U9 daughter that'll be playing in that.
I'll be holding a seat for you if you do make it.
Well, if you want to come down and watch the games with me, Matt.
Here's Wood.
We'll fly back up by 35 and get here just in time.
We'll be, we'll have a big party along the way. Here's Santos now. Felipe Santos taking it wide.
Well, I've actually been talking to owner John Schuster about that a little bit because he's going to be going down. Both of his boys are playing in that same tournament for Superior Soccer Association.
So it's going to be a family affair, basically, is what you're saying, I think. Is
Matt, all the big names will be there.
Kind of like the upshot there, I guess.
But John's talking about coming up back up north for the game after his boys are done playing, and I may just hop in and join them, or I may stay and hang out with the other parents by the pool. I'm not sure.
You know me, I'm always available on text. You can text me and
let me know. Matt, Matt, you will be the first one to know.
Or the last, one of the two.
Nah, never.
We're into the 95th minute now, so I'd expect that we probably have maybe a minute and a half still remaining to be played in this one, but not bad for a first outing. As here's a shot attempt now on the left foot that will rise high and out of play.
Devin DeGrotto there. Nicely timed run from DeGrotto.
Yeah, Devin DeGrotto, who's been busy man on that left side.
He's had a nice night, Matt.
Yeah, he's been under a lot of pressure out there. He's always been tested. had to deal with Axel Batal all night long running up that far side, and Duluth FC with Manny Morales also. They moved Negrado, by the way, up to forward here for the last minute and change. And that will do it. As the final whistle goes, Duluth FC, their first 3 points of the 2024 campaign is in the books. And Duluth FC in their season opener, pretty typical season opener, I would say. The Blue Green scoring 2 goals late to break things open a bit. Not a bad performance from Joy Athletic, all things considered. They played 45 minutes of the second half, a man down, but when all said and done, 3 goals in the back of the net for the Blue Greens, and they have their first 3 points of the season. 3-0 your final score. 2 goals for Tyler Limmer. His first coming in the 25th minute. His second coming in the 89th minute off an assist from Manny Morales to make it 3-0. And Felipe Santos from the penalty spot, his first of the season, to make it a 3-0 final, Coach. And like I said, probably some things there that Coach Sean Morgan is going to look at and say we need to improve on, but all in all, not bad for a first time out.
Yeah, man. I mean, some early season stuff like we talked about kind of throughout the match, but again, I give a lot of credit to the squad. I give a lot of credit to the coaching staff for Duluth FC. It's a professional win, and again, so to kind of ride that 1-0 wave for a little bit, and again, we talked about this kind of like around the 65th, 68th minute, kind of felt like the field was tilting a little bit. The subs came on, did exactly what they needed to do, but again, credit to the staff and to the squad for getting ready in such a short amount of time. Matt, man of the match, who do you think?
Man of the match, probably. I mean, if you're going to go by the score sheet, Tyler Limmer.
It's got to be Limmer.
I mean, it's Limmer for putting them, but there were several players I thought they had really good nights. Felipe Olivera, I thought was very good tonight. He created some opportunities, did a nice job making some runs up.
I thought the midfield again, especially for being first game out, not
Rory
a lot of
Doyle
sessions together. Rory, Charlie Wood in his debut. So the midfield I thought had a really good showing. But to me, Limmer was the beast that we've known him to become.
Yeah.
And he was just awesome tonight. And what a great way to start off his 2024 campaign, and really for the Blue Greens overall.
So the Blue Greens win at 3-0. Our next broadcast coming up on Saturday, Siouxland United, the newcomers, one of the newcomer clubs to the MPSL North Conference. They're the Blue Greens' next opponent. 7 p.m., the opening kick here from Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field. Yours truly, Matt Johnson. I'll be on the pregame starting at 6:45 that night. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For our producer, Harrison Law, my color man, Coach Joe Mooney, this is Matt Johnson. One more time, final score, Duluth FC wins at 3-0. We'll be talking to you guys on Saturday. Thanks for watching. This has been Duluth FC Soccer, brought to you courtesy of the Blue Green Stream Team.